Is April 9th, 2025, okay? Of course, people had to show up because that church is sending out emails asking people to help harass me. They need to be arrested and to harm me. They're soliciting to hire an assassin, asking people to harm me, okay? By federal law, they're to be arrested. They can't let them get away with these crimes. Like they said a couple of weeks ago, Wells let the church get away with horrible crimes and arrest them. Okay? I went in Golden Corral. Men were in there off in distance talking. We seen that tape of those men making fun of her for being raped. And they were mad. Where on the 8th, April 8th, 25, Walmart West House, there was men by the front. Will and the boys let her get raped because she said the police were involved. I had my grandson with me. I just kept walking in. By the register, some ladies on the phone. They did confess that doctor wasn't even hers. Okay, that was it. But yesterday on the 9th in Golden Corral, there was godless apostolic people. I thought, I don't think so. Walk around like they own the place. The little girls walk by. We're not allowed to say a word to them. That's the one they send the emails out to, trying to help Melissa get everything. That stupid bitch is gonna go to jail for the rest of her life. You know, I hope they're lying on her, because people have said, even over this last, month, that she gets money from Karen's World. Karen's World that they talk about from before is that guy Pete Dave hired on his own, and that drug dealing doctor, his doctor friend. The FBI in Canton, at the Drug and Task Force in Canton, knows who Pete and that doctor is. He is not my doctor. They lied. He was the one giving him the amnesia drugs for the drugs and told to say it before. He works for them. I don't even know him. Okay? And Dave hired Pete on his own. And another thing is, don't ever, ever blame the police for this. You know, I hate when people say, the police taped her before being weird with herself. It wasn't weird with myself. Those sexual perverts in their own perverted stocking tapes took a video of me washing myself in the shower and clicked and pasted it and put it in the other room. Already confessed. How many times? 20? Made fun of everyone for falling for it. Drug confessions. Drugged and told to say it. And photoshopped that washing scene in the shower in their own stocking tapes. Perverted stocking tapes. They're running scams on people. It was not the police. I went to the Portage County Sheriff's. Miss Hall was none of our officers in your home. We didn't had no knowledge of anybody being in your home. That would be illegal. I said, well, it's the Fourth Amendment. Yes, it is. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements. Yes. Quarter or two. I went to the Ravenna police. They didn't know anything about it either. Why? Because Dave told people to hire Pete on his own. It was Pete and his doctor friend running a drug scam on me, and they're Pete and his men. He was messed up in the Florida drug cartel. Okay? They know who they are. It's not one of my doctors. My doctors don't illegally monitor people. It's right on Google. It's illegal for a doctor to tape you unaware. Then there's HIPAA violations, right to privacy. They can't disclose anything you say to them. They're not criminal investigators. They don't ask you of crimes. they get in trouble. They're there for medical. Hmm? My doctors are setting up button cameras, stalking poor women in the home, and selling kitty porn. A little kid's gone potty. My doctors are not breaking in, lacing people's drinks, and stabbing them with date rape darts. And telling them to say something stupid so they'd be sleepwalking. Hmm? My doctors aren't having women drugged up and told to say all kinds of horrible stuff in their homes. They're not having them beaten, raped, and human trafficked. I'm sorry, my doctors aren't criminals. It's not my doctor, he works for Pete. Michelle's ex-boyfriend has been telling everybody since March 27th, 25. They just lied and said he was my doctor from before. I don't even know him. He works for them. Been telling all kinds of people, including that lady outside Dutch Valley restaurant in Sherbrooke, walks out ahead of me, a heavy-set white lady. Watches me and my new husband walk by. Said that one guy over there is just running around telling everybody that doctor isn't even hers. He's telling on her. They need to take care of him. She even confessed. The lady said she put 12.5 into this. You know, I'm so tired of this. With that open FBI case. No, you can't make accusations and the police don't look into it. They have to. But there was already an open FBI case. For threat and harm, or threats on somebody's life. By Melissa's church. Yeah, they do. So the police and the FBI were all over me. All over them. Finding out who's involved in what. They caught Melissa friends with Michelle and her telling them to lie and that they wanted the house for Andrew Shaw and Pepper. On Thanksgiving of 18, they stated it in an illegally bugged house. That they wanted the house for Auntie Shaw and Papa, and then later on the floor they made everything up. They were games of pretend. 6 years. Okay? The FBI had a huddle with the police in the front of Walmart 62 inside. Right after Thanksgiving of 18, John had defended me that Melissa just haven't make up because the divorce is going to be moving out. Nobody could say anything bad about it. Don't worry about it. Should have her church people make up something too, but don't worry about it. Nobody could say anything bad about you. Okay? Dave defended me, Karen, you're good to the kids, you're good to the grandkids. You never hurt anyone. You're good to everyone, no matter who it is. Okay? They taped him. Okay? The police and the FBI had a huddle in the front of Walmart. Why they having those kids make all that shit up? Oh, they're just trying to scare her into giving up the house. That's it. We interviewed her whole family. They spoke highly of her. Same agents, March 23rd, 23. Walmart 62, scream at these people. We told these people to stay out of this. We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never hurt anyone. No one's ever seen anything. It's just some lady thought she could make money out of it. And I think that was the some lady outside Dutch Valley where she was talking. See, there's real people, just like for real, work for the king from Texas. We are his man. Dave hired us. He's a drug lord. You look him up. He's a fentanyl king. U.S. military Iraqi translator went into the dark web malware fentanyl king. That's where all the Texas plates were here, the Middle Eastern men, the lady in hijabs. And then the other group were drug traders and human traffickers from Florida. We're relocating people to Florida to a resort area. We work for Judge Peter. When you look up Judge Peter's arrest in 22, they had a pipeline between Florida, Louisiana, and Texas. Those groups were up here scavenging for people to sell. Caught her under police surveillance. Like they said, she was part of a really big bust. We're part of where I go up in Akron. We all know Karen's Well is still open. It's one of the nationwide human trafficking scams. People have been acting like idiots. We're part of the mega case. Oh, even lady investigators. We looked her up. She was part of a really big bust. I know that. Had a state patrol officer. I looked her up. Everything she said happened, dead. She's lucky to be alive. See, there's a real FBI case with real police surveillance, like this other sheriff's department. And that Karen's Well, the one we're supposed to keep an eye on when we see her up, there's a court order. Heard there's a group of Freemasons caught under police surveillance with a court order. In it with the human traffickers. Oh boy, I can't wait to look her up. Boy, are they going to get their eyes full. That's where my friend Maddie lives 2.5 hours away. His friend in the police department knew about my case. About the Texas group. Sort of got a hold of the U.S. Marshals, and they showed up January 20th, 23. There is a real protected custody case in the Stark County Courthouse between September 23rd, 2018 and October 30th, 2018. FBI informant with money and immunity. I had some idiots as I go into Golden Crown. I've seen them around me before. The lady leans over. John said she couldn't say anything, so she don't get no money. Fuck you. Riff-raff, fuck you. I told the Stark County Prosecutor's Office what he said to me. He laughed till he cried. Tears, chuckling. Criminal attorney's mouth dropped open. Police started swearing. Due to the freedom of speech, the First Amendment of the Constitution, only a judge can put a gag order on you. He's been bullshitting people. Bullshitting people. He can tell people they can't say anything. Bullshitting. And then in my case, he already told over 1,000 people. Then these people sold login within the first 2 months. The police are loud and proud people. They're like the U.S. Marshals were here. We work our case. So where those idiots were saying, she told the police were involved, the police announced it themselves. So the FBI for my case started. After I called the hotline, they're like, hey, we're here. Okay? Like a criminal attorney, that agent don't have enough authority to ask us to stay quiet. He's only a police officer. So the prosecutor's office, criminal attorney, police I talk to. He's only a hired police officer, takes a judge due to the freedom of speech. Okay? There's guidelines, and it's for risking your life to get them information until the FBI puts you in another witness protection program. You'll stay in informant for life. You get the money for the rest of your life, for risking your life to get them information. They cannot withhold it or misdirect it. It's for you working the case. People, December 2nd, 22 in Alliance, they said he stole my money the first day. October 4th, 23, they amassed when that Lauren and Michelle said that he stole it for them. He told Forest Grove Drive in Akron he stole it for them. They sold it for them. They told people in Canada, when you find out it's 30-year-old heavyset white women with blonde hair, nobody thinks it's funny. Yeah. October 6, 23 in Walmart 62, they said it's his girlfriend. He's been stealing all kinds of money from the government. Yeah, they've been telling everything about that thief, an agent, that he's been stealing all kinds of money from the government. Someone needs to arrest him. See, he told the police, even Hartville police were telling people not to say a word. That agent told the police he was just acting that way to get the drug dealers. And they got all those drug dealers, and he still didn't pay me. They thought maybe he did it to trick the police so he could steal in front of people. In the whole scenario, he's already told that it makes it stupid. I told you when I called the FBI hotline. The next morning, the phone's ringing. They had me so drugged up I can't wake up all the way. Phone's ringing, let it go to voicemail. Later on, I had to hold on to the wall, doubled up, to get it to the bathroom, to the refrigerator, got back in bed. It's the voicemail. This is agent did it. Call me back, and I fell right back to sleep saying I can't. Second day, not much better. Third day, made myself, got it up, got enough air on my face, called one of my witnesses, and they said they'd witnessed for me, went out a car, put that agent's number in it, dropped it off the mall, went out to Apostolic Church of Barberton. He's up there telling on me. Paul Paymer screaming at Dave. My God, I had an FBI agent. My office is right there. I walk off. Women come up. He knows she's being drugged, beat, raped, and he said he didn't care. I'm covered in bruises, severely infected, been throwing up and almost passing out. Thought the dirty wild water I was showering in was making me sick or give me cancer. Okay? My heart's sinking in my stomach when they said that. I went in and sat down, and they followed behind me. He knows she's being drugged, beat, raped, and he said he didn't care. And then says strangest lie, thinking you were sick when it was a medication error. And if she was going to be mean to women, he was going to turn her back over to him. Can you imagine an agent saying that? Dave comes in, let's go. We get out in the truck, I ought to kill you myself for calling the FBI on me. And goes for a loaded gun. I put my hand on the console. He beat me all the way home. I ran from him. Next morning, rivers of tears. Everybody knows I called the FBI. He's already told on me. I tell him someone told on me. He calls me a liar. I tell him about the guy that threatened to knife me at Giant Eagle. He calls me a liar. I said, well, he tried to kidnap me before. Before I can say Terry Coberly seen him. He's like, oh, come on now. Even if a church person seen him, they'd never verify it. That's why I didn't say anything about Terry. He said, I've met with that family in my office that lost their kid in that traffic accident. The one that her father killed. The heck for homicide. The one that was speeding probably close to 100 miles an hour, blew through a stop sign into a semi. He got ripped into pieces, and the kid got catapulted through the air and slammed on to the pavement and killed. That family? Her father murdered her kid? Still be in jail? If he was alive? That family. Huh? And I met with all those church people, and I know they're trying to kill you because you were faking you were sick before. The medication error medical malpractice. Strange as why 6 months later, to cover up Tim and Katie, his son, having an adulterous affair, he thought I was following him, and it was my sister Linda following her husband. Okay? It's a made-up baby life. I'm gonna call it later. I said I really was sick before. He's like, you liar. He's like, you say you're lying on a restaurant. I'm like, what? He said, was there a camera above that bench when you heard that guy's voice? I don't know. Dear God, I almost passed out. I had to catch my breath and turn my car in the bank and get away from him, get in front of someone. Try to stay alive. Look for no damn camera. It's like, I don't know. He's like, you say a lot of restaurant. But you know, it's like, fine, whatever. Ha ha ha. Found out there was a warrant for that guy. Dismembered Lori's family member had people laughing in her face. They killed her. Took my other house manager's niece. The guy that tried to kidnap me. Real funny, aren't you? Then he said, I want you to say you were faking you were sick before. Well, that's ridiculous. You know that I almost died from medical malpractice. After a bunch of surgeries, my muscles locked up. Went to a bunch of crackpots. Yeah, and almost died. Then it took me 9 months to get well. I said I really was sick before. He's like, you lied. I met with that family in my office. The one that was bullshitting you. Because, like, Michelle's boyfriend that broke up with her was telling everybody it didn't offend him. Didn't offend him at all. They just said that to help them get away with it. And have more people participate in this. They lied. They suckered him. He said, and I met with all those short people. I know they're trying to kill you. He said, strangers lie thinking you were sick. I said, I really was sick before. You need to realize what you've done. And I don't blame them for trying to kill you. Actually says that. And, an investigator, like a year ago, pulled the recorder line. He said he actually talks to her like that. I almost fell out of my chair. I know I did. He just confessed twice that he told on me, right? Mm-hmm. There was over 300 people at Palos when I caught him, and he met with all 3 churches. That's way over 1,000. So people are confessing to a federal cop they're trying to kill someone. By federal law, he's arrested, right? Conspiracy to commit murder. Yeah. Okay. I said I really was sick before. You say it or I'll leave there, but they'll kill me. So I said they've tried to kill me. So you either say it or I'll leave you there. Please don't kill me. Then say it or I'll leave you there. It's like, fine, whatever. Ha 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 ha. Why would that be? I help a person like you. Well, they're going to try to kill me, so. They've tried to kill me, so. Like, murder's not good enough. And the other agent says, well, we could always use Pete's tape of Weird with Yourself. That shower scene in the other room. Where March 1st or 3rd of 21, they said they put 2 clips together, put her in a porn, it's not her son. Okay? Then later on, they described things that never happened. Made my stomach bleed. I thought, well, they put my head on somebody else's body. Then what you're describing is showering? Ha 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 ha. She figured out what they did. May 12th, 22 at noon and May 26th, 22 noon. Shower scene was done on purpose to make you look weird, and they found tapes of them in any shower scenes in the other room. By January 19, they said that they put photoshopping effeminate white people above the toilet to make me look weird. They photoshopped all the lies. They drugged me and told me to say it before. Raised some guy named Chris in the room. Never had Chris in my home. They talked about him though. People have even said He was one of the main people harming me. They need to get him. Breaking in private homes, drugging women up, telling them to say something stupid, being raping them. Yeah. Selling kiddie porn on little kids going potty, exploiting women and children in their homes. That's what they were laughing at. And I didn't even know who they were talking about. The only Pete I knew was my brother and my dad. But he sounded like a loon to me. He said, well, I bet you're going to say you don't know anything about this doctor. Well, like they're confessing finally. It's not one of my doctors. He works for them. Well, I had some lady use my insurance, and Michelle's ex-boyfriend found out it was one of Dave's girlfriends from before marriage. She had him scam me and marry me. So my dad, because he was a VP of a company, would give him a good job, and she'd have free insurance because she didn't have show ID back then. And he could give her extra money. He was scamming me the whole time. Okay? Hmm? It was one of Dave's girlfriends, all those medical bills. Okay? Letting her do identity theft and insurance fraud. Okay? Well, I thought maybe it was one of her bills. Because I argued with Altman Hospital, called me up, wanted to talk about your stay at a hospital. I stayed in your hospital years. You see Dr. So-and-so, never heard of him. Tell him about this lady. Lisa, I talked to some man, I've never met you. I told you some other ladies using my insurance. You said you had 2 little girls. I have 3 boys. See what I mean? My mom knew of her, my brother knew of her. Every union rep, Kay was threatening to have him arrested. There's rumors of you cheating on her. Dave's like, you're all lying on me. No, they weren't. They were scamming me. And his girlfriend. Okay? So we're going to go back to the recorder line. He says, I bet you're going to say that you don't know anything about this doctor. Like they've already been confessing everywhere. It's not one of my doctors. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. She doesn't now. Do you know if Dave's cheating on you? I said, I've never caught him. See, I never caught him. There was rumors, but I never caught him. Dave verified it December 9th, 18. I never caught him. He's laughing at it. I said, she never caught him. Like it was funny. That's not funny. And then he said, have you talked to any law enforcement about the threat on your life? I said, I've only talked to 2 officers up here, and it was August 8th of 18, midnight. Had a light in the security system. They came out and said it looked like an alien orb or angry spirit and told me to buy a dog and let a dog handle it. They didn't want bother. If you look at the picture in the dark, it's a man with a flashlight. There was probably one of those idiots coming over to rape me. He's that sick of them telling me to buy a dog. He's like, you're kidding, right? I said, no, matter of fact, I've never even had my neighbors in my home. I've only had family and repair guys. Is that what's going on? Then he offers to take me somewhere and leave me with no money. I have no money, so he said, if you agree to get information on Dave and the churches, I can open a format program. I said, I can do that. It comes with $5,000 a month. I'm loading it on a card. When will we be able to stop back? Well, how broke, Bruce? I didn't get down there. That's why Officer Merck and John, I need to go down to the drug and task force. If that card's not in my file, he did put it in his pocket. Even Mike DeWine's cousin said, he didn't pay you? He's been stealing a long time. He's too arrogant with you. He cannot make up restrictions. He cannot withhold your money. He cannot misdirect it. It's for risking your life to get them information. And they owe you. Okay? Alright. So do criminal attorney. Stark County Prosecutor's Office. Another place I talked to. Alright. He said, you'll have a life of peace as an informant. I fight for peace every day. Okay? You'll have a life of peace as an informant. Nothing legally stated, dated against you again, and only for you and only for you. Would we ever do this for? We'll always put it back as if it never happened. You can't be legally charged for anything again for work in this case. My fingerprints are sealed. You would do a background check. Alright? And you'll have that money to live on. Admit to no wrongdoing, and I'll take care of everything in the end. But if you try to tell someone, I'll tell people you're crazy. And FBI won't help you. 14th Amendment, you cannot withhold protection. And you can't seize somebody's money by due process of law. You actually have to be found guilty and then sued for it. Okay, Pumpkin? And he said, my best friend is the chief of police in Canton. If you ever need help, you can always trust him. He's a really good man. And he'll always make sure the Canton police protect you. I told the criminal attorney, mouth talked up, and he can't talk to you like that. He can't bully you. He can't even ask you to stay quiet. He's only a higher police officer. It takes a judge. First Amendment. He's only bullying. He cannot withhold your money. He can't misdirect it. He can't make up his own rules. It's illegal. So the Stark County prosecutors laughed out and cried. Here's truckling. It was only bullying you. It was illegal for him to bully you and even say that. He's only a higher police officer. It takes a judge due to the freedom of speech to say you can't put a gag order on you. You can tell whoever you want. You can't say a word. I said, well, you told on me. He said he can't tell on you, but you can tell whoever you want. You can't say a word. He can't make up his own rules. He's only bullying you, so they get away with this. You don't realize, Karen, you're in one of the many witness protection programs. Informants are different. You stay yourself, and you feed them information. They owe you for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life, you get the government information. And until the FBI puts you in another witness protection program, you'll stay an informant for life. And because these people try to kill you, they could wait and try to kill you again, and you will have to be in a witness protection program the rest of your life. One of them. Okay? You get the money for life. They're claiming he stole it the first day, but he's been stealing for either that Michelle or Lauren, the heavy-set blonde girls. Yeah. They told Forest Grove Drive in Acton, Massillon, Louisville, Canton. They told everyone he's stealing for them. North Canton. You name it. I don't know about North Canton, but I know they told everybody else. He's stealing for them. Another lady was complaining. I wanted to know who that girl is he's stealing for. He's supposed to be driving around protecting her. He's out stealing all kinds of money from the government for some girl. I want to know who she is. I hope that's a wife. Dear God, I hope that's a wife. And don't any of you officers, if she ever finds out who she is, don't you ever go to that 911 call if she's beating them. Get lost on the way there. Stop for coffee. He let them torture me. So, Officer Mark and John, now I've talked to all these people. I talked to Sheriff David in Florida. He swore. Other police officers, criminal attorney, prosecutor's office, Mike DeWine's cousin. Governor's cousin, Sheriff David. He doesn't have the authority to ask anybody to stay quiet. He's only bullying me, because then it even comes ridiculous. He's already confessed he told. Seen by hundreds, and the police telling on me. Then it becomes stupid. Like the prosecutor's office said, he is only bullying you, so they get away with this. And by the way, Agent John, they've told everybody they paid you off. And they made sure that they told everybody. Repeatedly. Like January 19th, November 20th of 23. And I forget all the other places that they paid you off. Oh, you see if you take, well, you're embezzling money from the government. I would like my money. Like I said, my grandson is having a hard time. He was a happy, loud 10-year-old. When all this started, him and his brother and the rest of them, happy, loud children. In your face, excited, never shut up. Normal, okay? And where Dave raked at Daniel before it started enjoying Grandma, you won't have one after Christmas, made him cry. Curl up on my lap and cry, and I had to call Terry and my mom. And they tried to calm him down, because he had him scared to death I wouldn't be there. Well, he's planning on killing me. That's where my phone from the prosecutor's office's conspiracy to commit murder. He was planning it. Okay? He was even bragging he was going to do it. With all the harm I was going through and horror, I didn't see him for a long time. Here and there. And then Jen, her mom and dad died. And then Dave fled the country, and the only one left is me. And now it's been 6.5 years. He's now 17. Him and his brother sit in a room when they go home. Trying to get him out. Finally getting him to talk a little bit. It's overwhelming for him to go out after school. The happy, loud, in-your-face couldn't wait to go somewhere. Trying to bring that child back out by taking him out places. My new husband said he'll take him down, let him help him with some farm chores. Give him a little money to spend. But, I mean, if it doesn't work, he'll have to look into other options. I wanted my money to retire so we'd have more time to go over there. Because he needs somebody. And then he's not been taking care of his teeth, and he's so nervous and anxiety. I was looking for a dentist to put him to sleep while they fix his teeth. Trying to not put him under any more stress. And try to get him healthy. And I need my money to help my family. I earned it. It wasn't one of the FBI agents in the trenches. It was a little, I may look 40, but I'm almost 58. I'm almost 60. Okay? It was me in the trenches. Me. Getting raped and tortured, skull bashed in, drugged till I lost 70 pounds. Stalked, almost shot in the head driving. I am way too old for this shit. I had to hide on a shooting night. Was tortured. It wasn't one of their agents. It was a little old lady that was 51 years old that called and asked for help, that was betrayed and told off calling for help, and then fed back to him, and then my money taken, not given to me, and left there. And because of what they let me live through, They got all that information on all those drug dealers. And they got thousands, saved hundreds. The police that worked my case have came up in front of people. You need to be proud of what you lived through. Because of what you lived through, we got all this information on these people, and you helped save a lot of lives. Thousands went to jail. We're part of their mega case, the nationwide human trafficking scam. If you Google FBI nationwide human trafficking scam, we're a piece of it. Where the Florida group, Texas, Georgia, Buffalo, New York, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North and South Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Tennessee, Kentucky, and California was here, breaking their crimes, laughing in my face. Well, who they worked for and what they were doing. They just had to fall back, get everybody, and then arrest them. Like they said, she was part of a really big bust. They fed one of their informants back to them. I like my money. And people, you can stop running around lying on me. And do you realize how stupid you are? Running around acting like damn fools. Damn fools. For Nicole. Damn fools. My ex-husband's trying to kill me for his new girlfriend. Hired some guy named Pete and his doctor friend to set up button cameras in his drug gang. Illegal monitoring, cyber stalking is a federal crime. Take videos of me washing myself in the shower and Photoshop it in the other room. I heard what they did in the perverted tapes, playing with me. Lacing drinks when I was out of the room, didn't even know they were in my house, breaking in my home. Wake up with injection marks, orange, lemon, grapefruit-sized bruises, throwing up, almost passing out, migraine headache, and a severe swollen personal infection until it's pushed out and open. Documented by Altman family physicians for all the signs of being drugged, being raped. Drugged up, and I've heard of them tell me to say weirdo stuff. All kinds of sick shit. Laughing at me how they frame it. Okay? Some sexual perverts playing with me. On their own. It wasn't the police. The police aren't going around drugging people up and raping them. Selling kitty porno, I heard of my grandchildren go potty. The police aren't going around taping women in the shower and photoshopping it. In other rooms trying to extort money out of victims. They're not drugging people up for fake confessions. It was not the police. Like the Portage County Sheriff's, it was none of our officers. Just like the Ravenna Chief of Police, it was none of mine. Where Dave told people he hired some guy named Pete on his own. And that doctor guy works for Pete. They're running scams on people, and they're messed up in the Florida drug cartel. Caught under police surveillance with a court order. Like they said, the way that agent set it up, they don't even need her. It's a protected custody case with threat and attempted life for an FBI informant with statements and a court order. The sheriffs and the police have been taping this with a court order, and it cannot be disputed. They don't even need her. I like my money. And I don't want to hear about Melissa's documenting me games of pretend. You know, I was in Carrollton. They tried to pull the scam on Melissa. They called the police. They looked her up on her police record. The Darien FBI case. Her and my ex-husband's girlfriend had the kids make up being games of pretend to scare me out of my house. And on Thanksgiving of 18, a legally bugged house, they said they wanted the house with a new girlfriend and pepper. And that they were games of pretend they made up laughing. Okay? And it's documented by the FBI and the police. She had the kids live to try to scare me out of my house. Darien FBI case. That's where other police departments, you look it up, they're documenting mean games of pretend. I don't want to hear about mean games of pretend. Okay? Hmm? Like my one client, October 5th, 21. Who is that crazy Melissa? They all talk about lying. Everywhere we go. She's going to end up in life in federal. Racketeering, accessory to all those other crimes. And if she has extorted money out of people out of false pretenses, they already got her. You know, these people make me so mad. I could go apply at a daycare. The FBI would pass me. Why? Because I have one traffic ticket. In 1989, I paid my ticket. They'd look at you and say, what? You're afraid Karen will bring in too many cookies to feed him? Because that's the only thing you'd have to worry about with her. She may bring in extra junk food. I could work in a daycare, and they would pass me. Why? Because, like they said, they made everything up. And these people admitted they drugged me and told me to say it before. Framed me and photoshopped everything in their personal stalking perverted tapes. Okay? And it's documented and framed in the stalking tapes. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this. Officer Mark and John, if you go down to the courthouse, see if my card's in there. If not, you need to go to a judge and explain to him what's going on. Oh, he'll order my money and he'll order the rest of Agent John. Because like Sheriff David Mike DeWine's cousin, if he actually stole your money, he stole others. He's got away with it to the point he's not even afraid of the police anymore. But they won't stop him. I'm going to upload this.